Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Gruesome and Grotesque video. Alright, let's go ahead and let's do another entry here. As always, I just do these randomly whenever I come across an article, something that I read online, or through my Google News app that I feel merits posting it here within this playlist. This is actually another surreal, very tragic story all around. Another story where you read the information and you're like, did this really happen? It's like truth is stranger than fiction, and as it turns out, it did. It absolutely did happen, but still a very tragic circumstance all around for all of the parties involved, including the animal that was featured in this attack. But it happened just the other week, and it involves this. It's apparently a camel attacking and killing two men there at a Tennessee petting zoo. That's right, you read that information correctly. It involves a camel actually killing people there at a petting zoo. So let's go ahead and let's share all the information associated with this story. A lot of it is still preliminary. There's still some investigations happening, but at least here's the info that occurred. So this occurred there in Tennessee, specifically at a spot that goes by two names. One of them, I saw that it was called the Pumpkin Barn, and another one it's called Shirley Farms. Somebody might have to point out if you're there in that Tennessee area, like which one is which. I imagine they're both the same, like it's within the same business. But somebody, again, I might be wrong, somebody just pointed out to me. But besides having pumpkins there, they tout as having exotic animals. In fact, I was looking at some of the pictures online, which you'll see here, and then I went to their website on their Facebook site. And sure enough, you'll be able to see all the animals they have there. I was reading the info that you could pay a small fee and essentially walk around, pet the animals, feed the animals. You could also take pictures, obviously. I don't know if you get to necessarily ride any of the animals, but still, you'll be able to at least have some good experiences there. I did read, though, that this place has been cited before by various offices, including the USDA, either something involving lack of supervision or lack of care for some of the animals. Not 100% sure. I'm just posting that information here from what I read online. That plays into this next situation. Somewhere along the way on that day, that's when apparently this camel, which you're looking at now, a picture of, was out. Like it was out of its bin. I don't know if it was let out for food or for some other purpose, or maybe if it just jumped or was able to wiggle out. Either way, it was out. And then when that happened, as it turns out, there were two men there. They were probably there for the zoo itself that tried to help out with corralling this animal back in. One was a guy by the name of Bobby Matheny, who was 42, and the other one was a guy by the name of Tommy Gunn, who was 67. They were there. They were there to trying to help out when it comes to this camel, trying to get it back into its bin. Maybe they were also there just by pure luck. Like, in other words, they were driving by and then maybe saw the situation. I don't know. Again, a lot of this information is preliminary, but who knew camels are actually can be a very dangerous animal if they're in a precarious situation. Somebody let me know on this too. Those of you that walk around farms that know more about camels, let me know just how dangerous they truly can be, because a camel expert that was interviewed for one of the articles later stated that a fully grown camel can easily fit your head, your arm, leg, or torso in its mouth, and they have enough strength within their bodies to rush at you. They can rush their arms, rush their legs at you, all the while kicking either forwards and backwards. And they can also do something else, which I believe was what occurred here to those two men. That's where they can kneel forward and then start crushing you on the ground. Like, in other words, using their body and then using their strength and their speed to be able to do so. That's the impression that I got, and I'm pretty sure that the investigators, once they finish all their surveillance and so on, that's probably what happened here. These two men were apparently cornering this camel, and then it started attacking them. It attacked them out of the blue. They were probably 100% surprised, just like I would when it comes to the ferocity of this creature. That's when all of a sudden it started attacking them, got them on the ground. It was probably one well-placed hit for each of them to get them on the ground. Here you have something that weighs several hundred pounds, easily could just hit somebody right to the ground. One hit and that's it. And then that's when the rest took over when it comes to its stomping. It started stomping on them. It started just wailing on them right there on the ground, and there was no hope for them afterward. I mean, imagine that. Imagine going out, something like that in life. These two men, when they woke up that morning, I bet that was the last thing in their minds, that they would be going out that day being attacked by a camel and having it stomp them to death. But that's essentially what occurred to them. Imagine if there were other people around too. There was bound to be, right? People would have been there at that location. Other people that had paid to try to feed the other animals and so on. They saw what was occurring, and then out of the blue, this nightmare happened where this poor camel trying to escape, who knows, or accidentally let out, who knows, but then as it was being cornered, it finally decided to just attack. And then when that happened, it stomped these two guys, these poor two guys who were trying to help out, to the ground, and then they were dead. Like, I got the impression that when I was reading some of the info here, it stated that they were pretty much pronounced dead on the spot. Like, they were taking to some other place, like it was like they were unconscious, but there was no hope associated with them afterwards. Now, the sheriff's office did arrive, and they were able to try to get that camel as well. But like you read in some of the other tragic stories involving poor animals that have gone wild for various reasons, ultimately there was nothing that could be done with the camel safely, and so it too was taken out. The sheriff's office was forced to put that camel down. That's the way it was worded, put that camel down. It doesn't take too much to realize that it was just probably a few well-placed shots, and then that was it. That was the end of this poor camel too. So all around, very tragic story. Here you have a camel who probably, who knows how long they've been at that farm, at that barn. Some places that, again, articles stating that there may or may not have been unsafe conditions there, and then now you have it free, momentarily free, and then you have these two good citizens trying to do the right thing on their end to try to get it back, to make sure that everything stays safe, and then it's just 100% just wrong place, wrong time, and then this camel attacking them and then killing them right there. But yeah, all around horrible tragedy. But yeah, as the information comes out, if there's something else that seems new, that provides an update, that should be an update, then I'll do that here. I'll post it later on. But otherwise, that's most of the information that's out there today. But if anybody has any more info, maybe somebody there from the local area, maybe you've been there to that Shirley's farm or that pumpkin barn, I'd love to hear what your comments are about that location. See if it was a nice place to visit, what were the animals like, what was the experiences like. I'd love to hear what your comments are there too. All right, everybody. Thanks again as always. Take care. Bye.